Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. My name is Nicole. I make videos sharing my faith, family, and lifestyle. And in today's video, I want to share with you my top 25 baby boy names that are both strong and handsome. So you guys seem to really enjoy one of my recent videos that were baby girl names that are rare and pretty. I will link it right up here if you haven't seen it yet. So I thought I would do that again, but this time for boy names. And some of the names on this list are actually from our original list that we made for Jace. If you don't know, I have a 1-year-old son named Jace. And so he potentially could have been named one of these names. So when I think about what is considered a strong name, I usually think about meanings that have attributes such as courage or independence or loyalty. Obviously just a very strong meaning behind it, whether it's like physically strong or strong characteristic. But also a different way that a name can be considered strong is just the way that it's pronounced. So if a name's initial phoneme is voiced, meaning that the vocal cords vibrate when you say it, it's considered to be harder or more masculine or strong. So some of these names do have that aspect to them as well. Before I get started, make sure to subscribe if you like my content, hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I put out a new video. And of course, I'm going to mention that I'm trying to hit 200,000 subscribers by January 1st. So if you'd like to help out with that, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it, comment, all the things that can help me out. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Okay, first name is Torin, T-O-R-I-N. I've never heard this name before. Don't know anyone with it. I know someone named Soren, which is very similar, but it's actually of Gaelic origin and it means chief. So it is very strong name because the meaning behind it is strong. It's ranked 980 in the US and there actually is a Olympic athlete that does snowboarding and skiing. I think his name is Torin Yater-Wallace. So I guess that's one famous person with a name. Next is the name Alastor, and this is one that I really love. Alastor is the English spelling of the Scottish name Alasdair with a D, and it's also the Gaelic form of Alexander, which means defending men. Next on my list is a name that actually translates to the word handsome. So it's Amare, it's African origin, actually Ethiopian. Oh, there actually is a famous person with that name. I didn't know about this because I don't really care about basketball, but the Phoenix Suns has a player named Amare Stoudemire. Next name is Amos, and it's actually Hebrew origin, and it means carried by God. So a very beautiful and strong meaning to it. This is a biblical name, so Amos is a biblical prophet from the Old Testament. And if you love cookies like me, you might recognize this name from the famous Amos cookies. I've always said famous Amos, but now I'm like, maybe it's Amos. Famous Amos, it just doesn't flow as nicely, but I don't know. Regardless, those cookies are really good. Next is August, and this is actually one of the names that was on my original list of names for Jace. This is derived from the Latin name Augustus, which every time I say Augustus, I think of Augustus Gloop from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I think that's his name, the kid who's like chubby and keeps eating all the candy the entire time. I love Willy Wonka. So August actually means great or magnificent. Next is another one I love. It's Evander, and it means bow warrior or strong man. It is Scottish Greek origin, and Evander was actually a popular name in Greek and Roman mythology, and it's also a pretty rare name because it's not ranked. Obviously Evan is a name and Xander is a name, but I feel like that's kind of taking these two and like mushing them into one name. I really like it. I think I'm gonna keep it on my list potentially for any future boys, maybe a middle name. Next is Aden, spelled A-D-E-N, which is a little bit of a different spelling than the traditional A-I-D-E-N. It actually means little and fiery, which I think is such a cute, fun meaning to it. Now that I think about it, that could have been Jace's name because he certainly is little and fiery. Next name is Everet, and it is of English-German origin, and it actually means brave as a wild boar. So this is a very strong and specific meaning here. Everet was apparently originally an English last name, and at some point it switched to a first name. It's actually ranked number 94. Next on my list is Caius, and this is a pretty unique name. It actually is of Latin origin, and it means person of the earth or rejoice. So I found 2 different meanings that are very, very different. This is not ranked, so it's a pretty uncommon name, and I also think that Kai is a very cute nickname for this one. Next is Makaio, and this is another Hawaiian origin name. It actually means gift of God, which is a strong and beautiful meaning. And Makaio is actually the Hawaiian version of Matthew. Next is the name Callum. I really like this one. It is Scottish origin, and it means dove. So doves are a symbol of purity, peace, and the Holy Spirit. Next is the name Dane, which is of Scandinavian origin, and it literally translates to from Denmark. But I also found another meaning for it, which is God is my judge. This is a very hard sounding name, Dane, 1 syllable, just like a very strong male name. Next is Ozias with the Z. This is a very futuristic sounding name. There's also Ozias with an S, which is very similar. It's Greek origin, and it actually means salvation, so very strong meaning behind it, and it's not ranked, but I do feel like this name is going to be more of an up-and-coming name in this next year. Next is the name Declan, and it is Irish origin, and it actually means full of goodness. It's ranked number 95 in the US, which is kind of surprising. I don't hear that name a lot, but I definitely think it's a very strong name. I like it for a possible future middle name. What do you guys think about Declan? Next is the name Finley, and I feel like this one is getting really popular lately. It is of Scottish-Irish origin, and it actually means fair-haired hero. So I love the name a lot, but I don't think I can name my kid that because they're obviously not going to be fair-haired. The name Finn is associated with it as a nickname, which I think is so cute. Overall, I love the name. I think this is one of my top favorite names for boys. It has a strong meaning, but it's very handsome sounding as well, and it's ranked 188 in the US right now. Next name is Levi, and this is of Hebrew origin, meaning joined or attached. This is a biblical name. Levi was the son of Jacob and Leah in the Old Testament, and it's ranked number 25 in the US right now. This is a very popular name right now. Obviously, the brand Levi's, I feel like, is associated with it maybe and made it more popular. I don't know. Next on my list is Linden, L-I-N-D-E-N. And it's just another form of Linden with a Y, which is a boy's English name, basically meaning linden tree hill, which is apparently a type of very strong tree. It's like a really sturdy tree that can live for centuries. That's all I was able to find on it. Next is the name Marcel, which is a French version of the name Marcellus, which means little warrior. I think that's a really cute name. I think it's strong. I really like this name because it does sound handsome, but it's got a strong meaning to it. And for all my Friends fans out there, yes, shout out to Ross's little monkey named Marcel. Next is the name Milo, and this is of German origin, meaning soldier or merciful, and it's actually ranked 162 in the US. I think the name Milo is becoming more popular. I've been hearing it around lately. I really like this name. It has a beautiful sound to it, and it also has a very beautiful meaning to it. Next is the name Remy, and this is of French Latin origin, meaning oarsman. Like the person who I guess holds the oars and moves the boat. I don't know. So that is a strong meaning because that is a hard job. And also it became more popular from Ratatouille because the little rat chef's name is Remy. Next is the name Silas, and this is of English Latin origin, meaning wood or forest. And I love that because I love the outdoors, but I think that that's very like lumberjacky type of name. But in the New Testament, Silas is accompanying Paul in his missionary journey to spread the gospel. Next is another like wood associated name. It's Sawyer. It actually means woodcutter. It's ranked 106 in the US. Next is another one I'm not quite sure how to pronounce. I think it's Nohea or Nohea or Nohea. You know, there's probably variations of that one too, but this is actually Hawaiian origin, and again, it means handsome. I think this can also be a gender neutral name. It's just one of those names that can go either way. Next is Alvar, which is a very unique one. I've never heard this name before, but it has a fun meaning. It means elf warrior, so it has a strong meaning behind it, but it's kind of funny. I feel like that would be someone's name in like, what's that one movie? I'll put it on the screen because I can't think of it right now. But yeah, it's definitely a unique name. It's English origin, and of course it's not ranked. And lastly is actually a Z name, so it's quite fitting, but it is an English name, and it is Zane. It actually means God is gracious, which is a beautiful and strong meaning. And of course, Zayn Malik from One Direction, I think made that name even more popular. Okay, everyone, those are my 25 boys' names that I think are both strong and handsome. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I like making videos like this. I think it's kind of fun to just look at the meanings of different names and share with you names that I like. If you guys have any kids with these names or know anybody with these names, please let me know in the comments below. And also, if you're currently pregnant right now with a boy, congratulations first of all, but let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more of my daily life, head on over to my Instagram at Nicole Lela Green and follow me there. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.